Good day, collective. Good afternoon, good evening, or whatever time you may come across this reading. I am Sherelle, your tarot healer, here to give you a message from the Most High God, Spirit, and Natural Team. So we are going to pull some messages and see what it is that we need to know for this first quarter moon coming tomorrow. I hope you all are doing well and are looking forward for blissful days ahead. Let's jump in and see what the message is that Spirit would like us to know for this first quarter moon. What do we need to know, Spirit, for the first quarter moon? What is it that the collective needs to know for the first quarter moon, Spirit? What is it that the collective needs to know for the first quarter moon? Courageous heart. It takes courage to follow your heart, especially when the path is unknown. Your heart knows the way. Trust it and let it lead you to your true desire or destiny, sorry. Oh, desire. So we have that. We also have abundance. You're being asked to open to abundance, to believe that you're deserving of it, and to believe that it will flow to you. This is the first important step towards receiving it. Breathe deeply and trust that it's on its way. Okay? So what I'm getting so far for those who have had a courageous heart or who was courageous enough to follow their heart, they will be obtaining confirmation. Their abundance is what I'm getting. We also have forgiveness. Withholding forgiveness only hurts you and prolongs the pain. It is time to forgive someone or maybe even yourself so you can stay on the path of your highest potential. Okay, someone may need to hear this. Or if I wanted to put it in connections with this message, someone probably needed to forgive themselves and or someone, which had to take a courageous heart to do so that it can bring in their abundance. Because when you forgive yourself, forgiveness is basically for yourself. It's never for the other person. It's mainly for yourself. So when you have the courage to do that, because that's kind of like one of the hardest things to do is forgive yourself and to forgive yourself and someone. So once you overcome that with this courageous heart, it will bring in your abundance, is what I'm getting. What else, Spirit? Someone may need to take the high road. You're at an impasse with a relationship or situation. It is now time to think bigger, release desired outcomes, and take the most positive course of action. So maybe someone needs to do this as well. This can also tie in with this message here that being courageous enough to forgive and take the high road, or to take the high road to forgive, to obtain your abundance. Professional assistance. It may be time to seek wise counsel. This could be in any life area, from legal or financial advice to more personal needs such as counseling or therapy. So someone may need to do this as well, because that also takes a courageous heart to do so. To know that you need someone of a professional insight, if you want to say, to be able to seek counsel, someone that you may feel has more knowledge in whatever situation you may be going through, that they can give you or provide you with the advice that you may possibly need for a situation, so that you could be able to obtain this abundance by forgiving and taking this high road of whatever the situation may be. Because the first quarter moon, is about releasing and cleansing your energy, and then setting intentions to empower yourself. So this could be tied into this as well. So the first quarter moon, it says release, letting go, and forgiveness. And what we just have here, forgiveness, as the lunar cycle winds. So release, letting go, reflect, and forgiveness, taking responsibility what you may probably will do with this professional assistance when it comes to like therapy or counseling or something like that, you know, with this courageous heart, it may take you to do that, and then preparing to manifest your abundance afterwards, because you are releasing that and letting go whatever the situation is for you. Like I said, it says in any area of your life, whether it's legal, financial, or a personal need of yours. So take this how it may resonate. What you can also do during this time is to journal, reflect on what you have learned and what you need to let go of during this first quarter moon. You can also do like a forgiveness ritual, which is basically consciously practicing forgiveness for yourself and others. So, you know, that's just something that's internal that you're doing with yourself to be able to let go and declutter. Declutter is physically or emotionally clearing your space of things that's no longer needed. So whatever that may be for you, when you're going through this forgiveness ritual and forgiving yourself and or others, is also decluttering whatever emotional or physical energy that may have been for you, so that you could be able to release it and let go what doesn't serve you. And also to practice mindfulness during this first quarter moon is practice meditation or other mindfulness techniques to process your journey and prepare for a fresh start, which would be your abundance. You see? Okay, Spirit. Is there anything else that you need the collective to know? On the bottom of the deck, we have take charge. You're taking a backseat in a relationship or situation, and it may end up costing you time, money, or opportunity. You need to step up and regain control once again. So I will see this is where the courageous heart will come in. For some people, this may resonate with, may not resonate with everyone. So for some, as far as releasing and letting go, whatever was holding you back or what didn't serve you, maybe it was like, again, the emotional aspect of it all. Maybe it was something that you needed to heal with someone and or something, so you were able to do so by forgiving, and now you're being called to take charge in whatever the situation or relationship is, being that you had took a backseat, you had took the high road for the moment, and now you feel like you're being called to, you know, step back up and regain control once again, because you feel like it may bring you some abundance. I don't know if you may have gotten some personal assistance when it comes down to this decision that you had to make, meaning that you had to go to a counsel or a therapist for whatever the situation may be, and then you're taking action in it. So it can also be a financial situation, that maybe the situation is something that you had took a back seat on, that you had took a high road on. But you're being courageous enough to step back into that financial situation, maybe a hobby or something like that, or a job that can gain you some sort of abundance. Is what I'm getting with this. Okay. Release attachment, see? But this first quarter moon, releasing attachment, releasing what doesn't serve. So this does fit perfectly with this first quarter moon as well. There's something you need to let go of. It's either a limiting belief or untruth or negative behavior. It's holding you back and keeping you from stepping into your true potential and happiness. So maybe someone needs to seek professional assistance with this, whether it was a limiting belief or untruth or a negative behavior. You were able to speak to someone that would be able to help you gain some clarity on that. You was courageous enough, because that does take the first step, is to be courageous enough to look for this help that you may possibly have needed within for yourself. And you were able to release whatever attachment it was that was holding you back. Maybe this negative behavior might have been something that was no longer good for you or no longer serving you in your new phase of life. and it was time for you to let it go so that you could be able to take charge, so that you can move forward, so that you could be able to step into this new phase of life and gain some abundance. That's what I'm getting from that. Let go again. So again, you had to let go of what that negative belief, limiting belief, untruth, and or negative behaviors were. You had to let it go, and then you had to forgive yourself and or the person again. And this also took some courage to do, because it's not easy to let go of something that you may have been comfortable in or doing for a while. So it was probably hard for someone to do this, but with this first quarter moon, and with this possibly professional assistance, it will help you release whatever it is that was serving you, releasing the attachment that was holding you back, so that you could take charge and move forward with your in order to your abundance, and accept this new journey and this new phase, because whatever it was before, it wasn't serving you. So you are transforming out of that old energy and out of that old negative behavior, unlimited truth or limited belief, and you're accepting this new phase of your life. You may be disappointed with a recent outcome. Maybe if one door closes, you are being redirected to one that will soon open to your true soul paths. So with that being placed in here, you had to accept what didn't work for you. You had to accept, what you had to let go, and know that it didn't serve you anymore, so that you could take charge and or accept this new phase in your life where you have to take charge and move forward. Taking a chance. It's time to step outside of your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you will be rewarded with newfound confidence and enthusiasm, and will begin to attract new results. See, this also will take a courageous heart. With all of this being said and done, again, it may not be easy. It's easier said than done. But with all this being said and done, with taking that chance and taking that leap of faith and taking charge and forgiving yourself and being courageous enough to do all of this, that it will bring forth your abundance. Consider your options, or consider the options. You have narrowed your focus to one desired outcome, and you might be missing a bigger opportunity. Open up and let the universe send you the highest possible results. Now for this, I will feel like it will pertain to your abundance, like different ways. If it's a financial thing, maybe different ways the way you can possibly make money, or maybe a new job. You might have multiple options on what to choose from with work situation, and maybe even possibly hobbies is what I can say. So you probably only narrowed yourself down to one thing, and you thought that maybe that's just what you needed to do, and that was something that was set for you. But you are realizing that you have other talents that you may want to tap into, that may possibly bring you to your abundance. Also with a job aspect of it, maybe you might be in one job or so, and you feel like that job is something that you're going to be at forever, or that's going to be your forever job. And then you have other options that you might want to look into, and they might possibly work out for you, and you might even like it better. It might be a better pay. I don't know if you're looking for a better pay, but just something that makes you feel better. If that's the case, I would just put it that way. So these are the options that Spirit has given to you, so that you could be able to take charge and take action, so that you can see where it can lead you to as far as your abundance, where with your destiny, where it can take you as far as attracting new results and finding your true soul path and being free of what it was that was probably holding you back. Finding your happiness. If this was something that you weren't happy in, then this is something that can possibly bring you some happiness and abundance and joy. Is what I would say. Okay, let's see if we can get some tarot to see in what way it would tie up into this message. So Spirit, Can you please give us additional messages when it comes down to this first quarter moon and what the collective needs to know? Is there any other additional messages that you need the collective to know when it comes down to the first quarter moon? Please forgive me for the noise in the back. I have an autistic son. For those who may know, or if you don't, now you do. So every so often you will hear him in the back making his noises in his own little world. Okay, let's move forward. Spirit, what is the message that you have to tie into this message for the collective for the first quarter moon? So we have the Two of Pentacles. Let's see. Okay. So for the Two of Pentacles, we have balancing priorities. So for those who may have the considered options, I will feel that this is something that you may have to balance. If that's the case, because you are only focusing on one thing. So again, if you have many talents, then you want to be able to tap into other talents, but finding the balance within those talents that you may have as far as hobbies is concerned, and maybe even possibly a job. If you have more than one job, let's say if you have 1 or 2 jobs, and you want to be able to find the balance within that. So that's what I'm getting with that. And adaptability is what it's also saying. So to adapt to these also for this overall message as far as taking charge and seeking professional help, to be able to move forward and take a chance towards your new abundance, getting out of limiting beliefs and untruths and or negative behaviors. You are navigating through that with grace. So this is what it's basically meaning. Balancing priorities, adaptability, and energy management. So you definitely want to manage your energy when it comes down to this situation here. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. He was a little excited there. So if that resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, then that was for you. Let's see what else, Spirit. We have the Knights of Cups. So this is where you have to take action. You're taking action in this so that you could be able to take an action is to take charge, right? So that basically ties up into this message as well. So it also represents emotional maturity, control, and compassion. So you'll be able to have the control over your life when it comes down to making this decision as well. And possibly the compassion with the professional assistant. So it says emotional balance, creativity, and compassionate, wise personality. It suggests a person who has achieved a deep understanding of their own feelings and can use this wisdom to guide others. This includes a good listener, showing empathy and offering counsel, confirmation with serenity. So this can also be the professional assistance in a sense of how I can look at this, right? And or possibly someone who you could be able to share what it is that you need to let go and release so that you can move forward to whatever this abundance is for you. Someone who will understand. Again, when I say this, I do mean this with all of my heart. When it comes down to opening up to someone, it's not always easy to open up to someone, but you do want to make sure that you're opening up to the right person, because again, everyone may not always have your best interest at heart, and you want to make sure that you are getting the right guidance from whoever you are confiding in. So maybe, like I said, this personal assistance will be the best option to be able to provide that for you, because for you that will be more of a better, possibly solution as far as having someone be able to tell you what it is that you need to hear as well, so that you can make the choices that you need to make to move forward with your abundance. So we also have what is this? Judgment. Let me make sure that this is what it is. I say judgment, but hold on. Yes, I was correct. Judgment. So this is your judgment. This is your message here from the Most High. So the judgment card basically represents a time of final judgment, reckoning, and rebirth, often signifying a call to action or a moment of awakening and a major life decision. So for some, this may also be a life decision when it comes down to a possible new job opportunity, or the options that you may have to choose from, and or this possible hobby that you might want to get into that's going to create some abundance for you. Um, let's even say that this will go with a relationship type of situation, that letting go of something and taking charge and moving forward towards happiness and forgiving and things like that, how it can bring you abundance. And this will be the judgment for that as well. But I'm also seeing it as a rebirth of releasing what didn't serve you, letting go of that. So that goes with the letting go, so that you can bring forth something that is for you. It says to release the past burdens and mistakes, allowing a cleansed and revitalized start. So that definitely goes well with this first quarter moon as well, because you are releasing and cleansing yourself for a fresh start, letting go what didn't serve you, and empowering yourself to move forward, which is also the call to action to move forward and to take charge, is what we also had gotten within this pal here, so that you can move forward. Judgment says it can indicate that internal circumstances are calling you to make a brave choice and start a new chapter in your life. So again, this definitely ties in well with the cards that have came out and pertaining to the first quarter moon. Now let's get into the career and finances real quick. As I've seen this, it says a professional or financial contacts. The card can point to a new career aligned with your purpose, a need to clear debt, or a desire for work that has a positive impact. And that's something that I also mentioned too in this reading. So this very much so does tie in well with this message for the first quarter moon. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so this is also your awakening. If this is something that you have been going through or looking to do, and maybe possibly me giving you this message through Spirit, this is awakening you to do what you need to do for your situation when it comes down to this message here. So again, finality and reckoning, which signifies making the final decision or responsibility for the past actions. And the card is also seen as a final evaluation based on your life's karma. So again, this is also a evaluation of the journey that you have gone through, and seeing how it served you, and see how you have grown from this, and see what doesn't serve you anymore, so that you can move forward to what is now aligning with you and your purpose now, as we do evolve and go through stages of our lives, that this is maybe a new phase for someone. So with this first quarter moon, this is also in connections with that. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have, what is this? 1 second. Justice. This is their justice. The Chariot, to move forward. Look at that. To end anything that didn't serve you is how I'm going to see that. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, that definitely sums it up, and it obviously clarified the cards that already came out in the beginning. So if this is your message, if this resonates with you, this is your message. I ask that you please do use your discernment when it comes down to these readings, and take what's for you and leave the rest for someone else to pick up. If you like the way that I read, I do ask that you comment down below. If this message has resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, I ask that you please comment down below. And I do want to take the time again to thank all the new subscribers that has joined me on my journey here. This is our journey as well. I greatly appreciate you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for some of the comments. Thank you for the engagements. I really do appreciate you all. And I hope to see you all in the next video, in the next reading and or video. Ashe.